Tsunamis, nature's most terrifying waves. Most people have heard the word tsunami, but unless you live near the ocean, it probably feels distant, like something that could never affect you. And yet, these killer waves have a way of touching lives far beyond the shoreline. Tsunamis are more complex than they seem, and far more terrifying. What's the tallest tsunami ever recorded? How did one underwater shake take 235,000 lives in a matter of hours? And could a mega wave really wipe out humanity? Let's start with how tsunamis form. About 85% of tsunamis are triggered by underwater earthquakes. These sudden quakes shift the seafloor. One section drops while another rises, pushing an enormous amount of water upward. This sudden movement generates a wave. As the wave races across the open ocean, it may go unnoticed. But when it hits shallow coastal waters, it slows down and grows in height. That's when it becomes deadly. Every year, tsunamis kill thousands and cause hundreds of millions of dollars in damage. And while most are under 30 feet tall, some waves defy belief. The most extreme example happened on July 9, 1958, in Alaska's Lituya Bay. After a powerful earthquake, a massive landslide crashed into the water, triggering a monster wave. At its peak, the water reached an unimaginable 1,720 feet, taller than any wave ever seen. To put that in perspective, if you were standing at the top of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, that wave would have reached you. Thankfully, Lituya Bay was remote, surrounded by little more than trees and rock. Few people were affected. But the same can't be said of another tsunami, one that struck with apocalyptic force. In 2004, a 9.3 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Indonesia. It unleashed waves up to 50 feet high, traveling at speeds close to 600 miles per hour, faster than most commercial jets. The waves hit 18 countries, killed over 230,000 people, and caused more than $10 billion in damage. Some waves traveled over 2.5 miles inland, uprooting everything, from palm trees to entire towns. And the disaster didn't stop at the water's edge. That same tsunami triggered the deadliest train accident in modern history. When the ocean strikes, the most shocking train disaster in history. In 2004, as a passenger train made its way to the city of Gale in Sri Lanka, disaster struck. A 30-foot wall of water, taller than the train itself, came crashing in. The wave threw the train cars like toys, tossing some hundreds of feet from the tracks. Others were swept into the ocean. People inside the train tried to escape. But with panic and overcrowding, they were trapped, and many never made it out. Over 2,000 lives were lost in what became the deadliest train disaster in modern history. All from just 2 waves. It's hard to believe that water, something we use every day, could be so deadly. The same water we shower with, cook with, and drink is capable of such destruction. But even these catastrophes pale in comparison to a hypothetical tsunami that could circle the entire planet, erasing cities, wiping out civilization, and causing a true apocalypse. How could that happen? Let's imagine an asteroid, a massive one, about 6 miles, 10 kilometers wide, headed straight for Earth. Since 70% of the planet is covered by water, chances are it would hit the ocean. A strike of this size would launch rock and debris into space. But what about the ocean? Would it trigger a global tsunami? Could it flood continents? Hollywood would say yes. But real science tells a different story. A researcher named Galen Gisler studied this exact scenario. His simulations showed that even a massive asteroid wouldn't cause a wave large enough to flood the entire world. Why? Because tsunamis don't just need a splash. They need a massive shift of ocean floor, like a giant tectonic push from beneath. When an asteroid hits water, it mostly creates surface waves, like throwing a stone into a pond. Sure, the splash would be enormous, but the energy dissipates fast. The waves wouldn't travel far enough or high enough to cause planet-wide destruction. Even the asteroid that formed the Chicxulub crater, the one linked to the extinction of the dinosaurs, didn't create a mega tsunami. Estimates suggest waves of about 150 feet, not 1,000. And even those numbers remain theoretical. Still, some scientists continue to explore the possibility of mega tsunamis, waves so large they echo ancient flood myths, like the story of Noah's Ark. But chances are, none of us will live to see such an event. Why? Because impacts like these happen only once every hundreds of millions of years. So what do you think? Could a wave destroy the world, or is that just science fiction? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an upload. Let's hit that 50,000 subscriber goal together.